First of all, I'd like to point out the government, the counterterrorism task force, local law enforcement, any mental health agencies. As a Christian, you can't trust psychiatry, okay? Because they're the opposition view. Of course, they want to drug you. They want to neutralize you. They want to make you drugs retarded, so you can't articulate yourself and can't pose arguments against them. And the government is run by liberals who love to do experiments on people. They're a bunch of atheist scum who support mental health. Let's look at loratidone's side effects. When you think about it, with all the martial arts I do, I should have increased endurance. Well, why don't I? Well, Latuda, also known as lorazepam. One of the side effects is shortness of breath. This is from www.nim.nih.gov. One of the more valid sources when it comes to psychiatry, as far as what the status quo, what the mental health quote-unquote professionals consider valid sources. Drowsiness, anxiety, weakness, tiredness, restlessness, uncontrollable shaking of a part of the body, slow movements or shuffling walk, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, nausea, vomiting, increased saliva, breast enlargement or discharge. That's fucking disgusting. Late or missed menstrual period, that can't be good. Decreased sexual ability, that's just horrible. Some side effects can be serious. If you experience any of these symptoms or those listed in the special precautions section, call your doctor immediately. Now keep in mind that when they covertly drug you, you have no way to contact your doctor because you don't have a doctor, number one. Number two, if you did, you wouldn't know what was causing this. It's like, let's say you have a personal doctor, they don't know what the fuck to think. They're like, well, we don't know what's causing this, because you don't know you're being fucking drugged. Okay. Seizures, swelling of the face, throat, tongue, lips, eyes, hands, feet, ankles, or lower legs. It just shows you how irresponsible psychiatrists are, how irresponsible the counterterrorism task force is, how irresponsible, the government, the CIA, the military, the intelligence agencies, local law enforcement are. Okay, difficulty swallowing or breathing, shortness of breath, abnormal heartbeat, sore throat, fever, cough, chills, and other signs of infection. Fever, sweating, confusion, fast or irregular heartbeat, and severe muscle stiffness. Unusual movements of your face or body that you cannot control. Okay, and it goes on to say lorazepam, which is Latuda, may cause other side effects. Call your doctor if you have any unusual problems. Wow, I can't even fucking read. My brain is just killing me. It's just pounding. Okay. If any of the problems, if you experience a serious side effect, or you or your doctor may send a report to the Food and Drug Administration's MedWatch Adverse Event Reporting Program. Yeah, like they give a shit. All those bootlickers, they don't fucking care. They talk about emergency overdose and so on and so forth. Just complete trash. Completely irresponsible. Because even if you're monitoring somebody 24/7, you wouldn't really know what's going on with them. Can you look at somebody and say, he must be having a headache? You don't know what the fuck is going on with them. Especially when they're asleep, right? You're drugging them at night. You have no idea. They could wake up fucking dead. So anybody who's covertly drugging you should be fucking killed. There's no quote-unquote criminal act that you could do to them that would be too harsh. They are violating your fucking body. They may as well be fucking raping you. In some cases, they are raping you. They are causing you pain and torturing you. They're violating your civil rights, and they're potentially killing you. And a lot of people that they do this to will die. They'll commit suicide. And they'll never even have had the opportunity to say that I don't want that. As I've been saying time and time again every day, the people covertly drugging me know damn well that I don't need medication and that I don't want any medication. But they do it anyway because they're scum. If my case doesn't prove psychiatry a fraud, then what does? I have these people on fucking record, saying that they're trying to provoke me to go to the psych ward. I mean, come on. You really think you can help somebody that way? You provoke them to go to the fucking psych ward, what's going to happen? They're going to, at first they might strongly suspect psychiatry is a fraud. When you fucking run a psych op on them and provoke them to go to the psych ward, they're not only going to know psychiatry is a fraud, they're going to want to fucking kill you for it. They're going to want to blow police stations up, drag them out their fucking car, stab them in the fucking neck, take their gun and shoot the shit out of them. Things like this. They're going to want to creep up to them while they're getting a fucking donut on the way to Starbucks. They're going to want to kill fucking piggies, punk-ass feds, secret society bitches, bootlicking gang members, and so on and so forth. You know, I'll tell you one thing. Don't ever turn your back. This is the only advice I'll give to the bootlicking gangsters. Don't ever turn your back on anyone you're doing this to. Because it might be the last time you turn your back on a threat. You stupid motherfuckers. You'll fucking die. Well, there's a good chance you'll fucking die. Now, I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying, in a hypothetical situation, if you raped and killed every female member of their fucking family, good for you. I'll commission to someone to build a fucking statue after you because they're that type of scum. Yes, and it's fucking up my speech patterns. I wonder how my brain damage that I can feel taking place as my head is just feeling like it's gonna explode could possibly be messing up my speech patterns. How could it possibly be causing blurry vision? Oh, that's right. How could it possibly not be? These lowly dogs. And when you think about what brain is, right? The brain is electrical signals. Okay? So what happens when you fuck up electrical? What happens when you kick your fucking computer, right? It gets all fuzzy. If you kick it too hard, it may never recover. It may always look like a piece of shit. You have to repair it. And with a brain, it's not that fucking simple. You can't just remove components and replace them with other ones. You only got one brain, and there's pretty much close to nothing you can do. You can do surgeries, but for the majority of brain damage, there's nothing you'll ever be able to do for it. So, you know, unless you have a fucking tumor or something, there really is nothing you can do. So these people are fucking up your one and only brain, not even having you consent to doing it. And there's nothing, you know, catch them fucking kill these motherfuckers. You know, there's so many ways to kill these bitches, it's not even fucking funny. You know, if you're going shopping and shit, these people are on foot. There are knives for sale in the store. Put one in your fucking cart. Come close to them, slit their fucking throat. You think the clerk's in on it? Stab them over the fucking counter. You know? Of course, this is all hypothetical. In this hypothetical situation, this is, you know, taking appropriate action is the appropriate way to deal with it. If the American government makes you their enemy, then every person siding with them, working with them, collaborating with them is now a fair target. You know? And don't think for one second they wouldn't see it the same way. If they knew somebody was working for ISIS who came to America, what the fuck you think they would do? They would fucking detain him. They would watch him. They would treat him as an enemy combatant. So why on earth would any civilian who's being treated like a fucking terrorist not see it the same way? Not even treated like a terrorist. This is treated worse than a terrorist. They don't do this type of shit to terrorists. They do this type of shit to innocent fucking people. Hell, they are the terrorists. They're funding the terrorists. They don't want the terrorists to stop. They want you to stop being politically active. They want you to stop seeing things in a way that's contrary to what they want you to believe. They're a bunch of scum. Nothing is going too far. Too far. You know, I would go as far as to say that anyone who's put in the same situation as me that did not physically harm his enemy is a dumbass. You're a fucking moron. You live in a world where everyone knows exactly what it means when they say the saying, this means war. You know, acts of aggression. You know, covert fucking attacks. The fuck you think Pearl Harbor was? A covert attack. You know, when someone attacks you covertly, just because they're doing it covertly, doesn't magically mean that fucking, oh, you know, it's okay. Wars almost always start with covert attacks. Covert in the sense that they hide their intentions until the damage is done. You know? They go, by the way, we're being fucking attacked. Or perhaps right when they're about to attack, you say, oh my goodness, they crept upon us, and so on and so forth. That's how wars start. They declared war on me. And if I was to fucking kill every pig in this fucking state, I would be absolutely correct and on higher moral ground because they declared war on me while I was minding my own business, expressing my fucking constitutional rights. You know, my freedom of speech. What was that, the Fourth Amendment or something? I don't fucking know. My brain fucking aches. The bottom line is, they violated my rights and declared war on me. And they've done all kinds of unspeakable things to me. And they're complete fucking scum. And know when this happens, that a liberal, a Democrat who pretends to be on black people's side was the president. His administration was disproportionately liberal. logically. You know, the people he appoints, he's not going to appoint a bunch of conservatives that don't like him, for example. You know, he appointed a bunch of conservatives who are down with him and a bunch of liberals who fucking obviously are in his fucking party. You know, a bunch of Democratic dogs in the government, the Attorney General, that Democratic whore, you know, a fucking lesbian dyke bitch, you know, Lori something, I forgot, Smith or something. He was the sheriff of the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department. You know, a lot of liberal deputies were involved. Okay, no, there was a bunch of bootlicking conservatives who don't really stand up for what they believe. And there were a bunch of Democrats who were doing exactly what they believe, which is attack the rights of Christians, which is to use big government to violate people's constitutional rights. That is the liberal way. And to twist what constitutional rights really means. That's the liberal way. Forcing Christians to marry faggots and so on and so forth. That is the democratic fucking way. A bunch of fucking bearded ladies, Nancy boys, effeminate pussies, Satanists, witchcraft, doing trash, pagan garbage, and so on and so forth. It's the liberal way. You know, the devil is a fucking Democrat. Democrat. The devil is a fucking Democrat. Okay? The devil is a fucking, he's wearing a shrink's outfit, strutting like a gangster, you know, pushing eugenics, wearing a fucking rainbow necklace and a shirt that says Rainbow Pride under his little doctor's coat, you know, and he has a hat that says I'm a feminist, and he's saying that God doesn't exist. Worship me. And obviously he's the fucking worst criminal as well, and obviously he's a fucking satanic dog, pushing all forms of Satanism. Okay, the people who are doing this do not care about anybody's well-being. They know on record that these drugs cause people to be violent. They know that. They know a lot of these shooters were on these drugs. And they can't, you know, they might be able to fool a lot of you dumbasses, but you can't fool me. I've been on many of your drugs in my life. Migdal, Depakote, Zoloft, Prozac, on, and I felt the extreme fucking violence that comes with it. You can't fool me. On high doses of these things, you can't fool me. On low doses, you can't fool me. Withdrawing from these things, you can't fool me. You people make the most violent people. The most violent criminals in the last 50 years were all on psychiatric medications at one point in their fucking life, at least. And that is no coincidence. And for you stupid dogs who support a bunch of faggot fucking liberal sissy ninny fucking nanny state pushing pussies, you're a bunch of cowards. You're a bunch of pussies. You're a bunch of fucking weaklings. And all the conservatives that are rolling with them because they side with big business that is contributing to this, you're a bunch of fucking scum. You know, there's only really two types of conservatives who are good people. One are the Christians who are pro-gun and pro-constitution. The other are the pro-constitution fucking crowd. Okay? Those are pretty much the only people in either party that are good people. Everyone else is a complete scumbag. The controlled house niggas in the fucking left. Are you kidding me? They've never had black people's interest. Show me one example of the house niggas on the left having black people's interest in mind. You're not going to be able to find it. You know? None of these bitches. Only people who have ever had in a major party in America ever had the people's interest in mind are the fucking right wing, small groups within the right wing, the Christians and the constitutionalists. Everybody else is a fucking moron who doesn't know what it means to be a Christian in a country that's where the majority of people claim to be Christian, and they don't know what the Constitution fucking means and why you're not supposed to let the government covertly drug people, have kangaroo fucking courts where they force medicate people, and so on and so forth. You let a bunch of eugenicist faggots in the government fucking kill everybody, and all you're gonna do about it is act like a bitch. You know, that's how we know who's related to great warriors by their seeds. Okay, you'll have some families where you'll have a bunch of bitches, you'll have one great warrior. Somewhere in their history there was probably a great warrior, and his genes expressed himself in people like me. And everyone else were the fucking people related whose genes come from more of the bitches in their ancestry. A bunch of whole pussy ass bitches in their ancestry that, you know, whose genes really express themselves, and whatever warriors they're related to, their genes didn't express themselves. You know what genes of warriors are expressed by who opposes this fucking pharmaceutical state. This ninny fucking police pharmaceutical shrink fucking state that oppresses the shit out of everybody with covert fucking drugging, mind control, and fucking a gay feminist fucking agenda that breaks down families, ruins lives, and aborts fetuses. I mean, the only thing that's lower than killing a baby is killing a fucking fetus and knowing it's wrong when you do it. Having no excuse when you do it and promoting the idea that people should.